Do you have a personal website or local action website too?
Well, we have March Against Monsanto Tampa Facebook page.
Facebook, okay,
yeah,
great.
We have a Facebook page. So you can contact us there. We're going to have a letter writing campaign to the Tampa Tribune. They recently let Mike Pompeo write a article.
That's great. I'm happy to hear that because I haven't seen the local papers acting very much in these areas.
Please look up the article. It was the front page view section. It took up the whole front page. With all the hysteria about GMOs. It was very disconcerting to read that right the day after our march. So we're having a letter writing campaign.
All right, so let me see if I get this straight. So it was kind of like a misinformation news article?
Yes. Basically, it was saying that those people that went out and marched and those people that want labeling are hysterical, uneducated.
I have an MBA in an engineering degree, folks. How about yourself?
I'm a political science herbalist.
Herbalist?
Natural health educator. So I'm pretty well read as far as health issues.
So let me get this straight. The executive branch of our federal government, Barack Hussein Obama, creates treaties in secret. Our own elected representatives in Congress, senators and House representatives aren't able to even read this treaty that's coming down, which is the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And we have actual in the daylight legislation written saying we want to hide all labeling pretty much related to GMO on our food products. We have the city of Tampa basically saying we can't, or working on rules preventing us from freely having community gardens, and we have the local newspaper basically running a misinformation campaign the day after the March Against Monsanto. Am I a little bit off on that?
No, now you've made me very depressed though. No, we had 35 people here today. I mean, it was awesome.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to work.
No, it's awesome. Please feel, well, I guess they're closed, but I'm telling Suzanne, go up there and tell them your opinion.
Maybe I'll get a bumper sticker.
Yeah, maybe.
You guys want a bumper sticker from Kathy Castor?
Hey, she's against the TPP.
All right, we'll cut her a little slack. And I understand from Rotocopter Man, Mr. Doug Hughes, that she did call him, which I don't know what to say of that other than good for her, because he is one of her constituents. You familiar with Rotocopter Man? He's the man who flew the rotocopter to the front lawn of Congress.
You know, people like that have passions to do something about what they don't believe in. I mean, I don't want to see him go to jail, but I think he's awesome. I think we've reached a point in our political system where everybody is so fed up that they're willing to take these risks to make a change. And I think by him doing that, you know, I think he's awesome for doing it. You know?
We had an interview with him a week ago Wednesday, so he was on house arrest, but he made time for us. So we were happy to talk to him for 40 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was good. Just to help him get the word out and also to learn a little bit more about him. So what's next? Is there another event coming up? You mentioned letter writing, so I'll put some posts or URLs on our YouTube channel. You can click on over to the right to find those letter writing examples.
Yes, we're going to do the letter writing to the Tampa Tribune, letting them know our dissatisfaction with allowing that front page, whole page, hysteria on GMOs. I believe that's next Monday. And then we are going to set a appointment with Kathy, and we're going to ask people to come back so that they can actually talk to her personally and let her know their views on the labeling issue. And we're a grassroots organization, so we're going to be out in the community, and the best way to do this is through education, to continue to educate people about what GMOs are, the possible dangers, how to avoid them, and just keep at it.
Now, I'm not going to shake your hand because I have this residual stuff on my hand, but I'll give you the old elbow, bump.
All right.
Thanks for your time.
No problem.
And that's it from Kathy Castor's office here on Armenia. Oh, we got a gentleman who wants to tell a story. Come on over. Well, we did make it to Kathy Castor's front office door. They're not in right now. It is 6 o'clock, and I'm sorry, it's like 5 o'clock. And this event that was planned not by us started around 4 o'clock. So apparently she never was here, but the office was. So let's let them know we cared enough to come to the front door. The rest of the story is one that's already been told, and we need to pay attention to our elected officials. We need to watch what they're doing, let them know we're watching what they're doing, let them hear from you, send them letters, physical mail typically always gets opened first, call their office. It definitely will get logged, and of course, you know, he's blasting with emails. So let's keep our country free and our liberties in place. We're not giving away any of our rights, no matter what. And these privileges they speak of are supposed to be given to us from government. I think safe food is a little closer to a right than a privilege. Let's not let these people in Washington tell us what to eat or hide from us what we're eating. So stay well, stay healthy, and keep on smiling. No one wants to talk to you if you're not smiling. You guys have a good day. We got a gentleman who wants to tell a story. Come on over.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the hard work. Nice talking to you all. What's your name, sir?
Gary Bartlett.
Gary Bartlett. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure, my friend. Okay, so I've been eating organic foods for about a year and a half. Say a year and a half. Too late. Recently, on the 16th, on the 16th of this month, I found myself in the emergency room, and the diagnosis, peritonitis. Peritonitis is where basically your intestines, they're holes eaten. They eat, okay, glyphosate. Let's just say glyphosate.
This is exactly what we were just talking about.
Okay? Yeah. Let's say BT toxins, which we know what they do to insects.
That's like an in-genetic molecule thing, right? It's like a separate virus within the DNA of plants now, right?
Yes, and we're eating this.
And where did they come? That came from like a bug or a sea creature or something, didn't it? Do you remember?
I can't say, but my first-hand experience. So I go in, they give me an MRI. They go, you will die if we don't operate now. I was in surgery within 30 minutes of the time they MRI'd me. They cut my sigmoid colon out. They cut my rectal artery out. I have a colonoscopy sac now for an undetermined amount of time due to what I ate. So if we don't think food affects our health and well-being, it does. And all we want from our government, from our leaders, is labeling. One little thing.
Labeling. Kind of like
is so
a pack of cigarettes, a black box warning, basically, right? Something that's been in our society for 30-plus years on cigarette packs. We're now, because our food is Frankenstein, we need to have it on our own food, seems like.
Yeah, well, Monto is so proud of their product, so excited to share it with us, with the entire human race.
The Monsanto people?
Yes. And why don't they label it? Why then, if it's such a great product? That's a $1 million question. Why?
Yes, last I checked, there's still starving people in Africa. Wasn't this all supposed to help starving people in Africa? Well, we're just not doing it right. We're just not buying enough of their product and spraying enough of their chemicals to save all these starving people in Africa.
It's a brotherhood of corruption.
Brotherhood of corruption.
And not every politician is involved in this corruption, but a lot of them are, and they know who they are.
So, as we go about finishing off this video, I'll chase down the list of villains, people who have been receiving tons of money from Monsanto, Grocers Manufacturers Association. I hate to even say it, but Coca-Cola and Pepsi, Kellogg's, Kraft. The list has got to be every single brand name you know. And they're just willingly jumping in both feet to buy corn that's probably 5% cheaper per bushel because it's GMO corn versus buying organic corn, or at least the old style corn that had no genetic modification. It didn't have 8 times of this crap sprayed all over it. That is basically this chemical company's whole deal. Design the genetic genome for corn, make it so it won't die when you spray this stuff on it, unlike every other form of plant life, and be able to sell 8 times as much chemical plus the corn, and for 5 cents cheaper. Yay.
And then, in your entire country, we're the 6th country in the world.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. Here we are a decade later, another decade later. I don't see the life expectancy increasing here in the United States of America.
Intestinal problems alone are over, for this same diverticulitis, these diseases that come from this problem, over 3 million cases a year. That's 1% of our entire population. That's terrifying.
What is that, a day?
Oh my
So like 10,000 people a day, something like that? 3 million a year?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, Mr. Bartlett, I've got residual Roundup on me, so let me just do an elbow bump with you, sir.
Hey, get it off quick.
Anyways, from Tampa, doing our best to get the word out. Whether it's jaded or not jaded, we're doing our part. You should do your own part too. Spread the message, spread this video, pass it to your friends, and help educate your friends and family. Till next time.